Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Boredom Busters with the Lincoln Children's Museum. Today is Wednesday, May 27th, and we are still thinking about the different people that live in our neighborhoods. Now, today, we are thinking about our teachers. Now, it might have been a long time since you've seen your teacher, and I don't know about you, but I've been thinking about it. Now, I am a teacher and I miss my students. So if you miss your teacher, I bet that your teacher misses you. Now, some things that we have today, just for fun, here is a little homework sheet. So there's me and there's Kazoo at school, and we're going to figure out some math problems and some spelling problems here. So there's a picture. Here's your letter bank. What letter goes up into that space? Now, all three of these words rhyme. I bet that you and Kazoo can come up with even more words that rhyme. Now, we have another printable today, and this one, I Heart School. So you can put your picture there. There's a spot there for your picture. All right, now our video recommendation today is The Kid's Dream Job from Imagine That, and it is this little one would like to be a kindergarten teacher when they grow up. So watch this video and see what this kid thinks being a kindergarten teacher would be like. And our song recommendation today is I Love My Teacher. So press play, start dancing, and sing along once you get a hang of the words. Now, our book recommendation today is a classic, The Teacher from the Black Lagoon. And this one, I love this story. It is just so fun. So there's a lot of From the Black Lagoons in this series, but The Teacher from the Black Lagoon. So we have this linked. Go ahead and listen to this story. It's a fun one. Not as spooky as it sounds like it might be. Now, on the 31st, which is just a few days from now, is our Comenity celebration. Now, check out our Facebook and our website for a little bit more information, but we're gonna have some fun things for you, including a concert from the String Beans, and we're gonna get to check out some of our new exhibit spaces. And we are still doing our hashtag Heartfelt Rewards as well. So if you would like to try to win a membership, be a featured friend, repost whenever you see a hashtag Heartfelt Rewards. And we have some fun, the spring house kits are still for sale, and we have some other on our website. Now, for our activities today, our science one, it's one that I remember doing with most of my teachers, actually. Many of my teachers growing up. Somehow, someone always figured out a way to bring it in because it's a favorite of not just students, but also teachers. So, all you need for this is some baking soda, some vinegar, and you'll need food coloring. And then we have many different ways that you can put the vinegar into the baking soda. Now, I've got this nice deep tray here, so I'm not gonna have any spills. But if you are gonna have a different shape of tray, you might want to have a different, if you just have a little plate, you might want a bigger tray underneath it. All right, now I'm just gonna put in a layer of baking soda in the bottom of my tray here. And once I get what seems like enough, I'll shake it, make it even, a little bit more. And this is a fun one. You can do it if you have a smaller tray, or if you don't have quite as much baking soda, you can use a smaller tray or plate. There we go. All right. Now for the next step, I have the primary colors here, red, yellow, and blue. Now these are the colors There's some special colors because you can make any color of the rainbow out of just these 3 colors. And these 3 colors you cannot make by mixing together other colors. If you want red, you have to have red. You can't mix it. But if you don't have green, and you would like green, but you have blue and yellow, you can make green. So I've got my yellow down, working on my red. So this is kind of fun just by itself, right? How does this soak into the baking soda? It's kind of interesting to see how the color spreads as the baking soda soaks up the dye. Now you can also use liquid watercolors if you have those. You can also do this without color, and that is just fine as well. Now if you have a spray bottle, you can use a spray bottle for some of it. I'm going to use a squeeze bottle. You can also use a medicine dropper or a pipette. That works too. So pour some vinegar in there. And then drip some vinegar right into each color. Now watch as it fizzes up. What's happening here is a chemical reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar. The vinegar is an acid, while the baking soda is alkaline or basic. So they're trading electrons there. Now you can also use your spray bottle for a little bit more widespread spray on there. Oh, my little thing curls up in that direction. My straw. And then as the colors spread, I want to add some more color here. I want them to be a little closer together. And as the colors spread, do you see some mixing? What colors are happening as they spread? As the blue and the yellow spread and mix together, what colors do you see? Let's see, I want to put some more vinegar on here. Now, this is, since it's a chemical reaction, everything gets used up. So after a while, you'll stop having fizzing. Look at that. It's creating a gas. A solid plus a liquid is equaling a gas. And I'm seeing those colors mixed together. But now, see, as the liquid is pouring down, even though the liquid is wet and it's touching the dry baking soda, no more reaction is happening. There, I gotta add some fresh. All right, that's a fun one that you can always do, and it's safe to touch too if you want to get your hands messy in there. It's a fun texture too, fun consistency. All right, now over here, we're gonna make a card for our teachers, and we have linked the website for the Lincoln Public Schools has all of the addresses for all of these elementary schools on that list. So if you make a card and you want to mail it to your teacher, you can find your school on that list and find their address and mail it to them. Now, if you go to preschool or if you go to private school or Montessori, then you can probably just look it up on the internet and find that address. So now for this little project, I'm making a card, and I need some paint, and the colors that you use, it will just depend on what you're making. Now I also have white paper and brown paper, a couple of little palettes here, a marker so I can write my note. I decided I wanted a little bit of glitter, and a wet rag for cleanup. All right, so this one that I'm making here, I am making a card. Let's see, so since it's a card, I'm gonna fold it in half. match up those edges. And if you want to write a message on the inside, then you should do that either before you use your paint or after it dries. Now, I'm going to make a handprint craft here. So my hand is going to fit right there. And I'm going to do green because my hand is going to be a plant in this card. All right, nice and green. All right. I'm going to place my hand there. Your hand will probably fit a little bit better on the paper. Big grown-up hands. All right, so there's my handprint. Don't need that paint anymore. And if you'd like, you can do this in the middle of a bunch of other activities and use that paint for another project. I'm just going to wipe it off with my rag here. Now, that's a plant, believe it or not. So what do I need next? Well, I need some flowers so it can start looking like a plant. I'm going to do some pink flowers and some yellow flowers. So I just need a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow. Ooh, and what would happen if I mixed together that pink and that yellow? I might have to find out. All right, so you just need a little fingerprint, maybe a little bit bigger, and then make a flower with your fingerprint going around the top there. And I think I'm going to use a different fingerprint for a little center of the flower. You put flowers on the tips of each of your fingers. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more in pink. And then the other three, I'm going to mix together the pink and the yellow. All right. There are my pink ones. Now, oh, pink plus yellow. What am I going to get? Orange. Really? You know, we think red plus yellow makes orange, but I really like pink plus yellow for my orange. Look at that color. Also, this is neon paint, so that helps. All right, get those petals on there. Now, there are so many other shapes that you can do, too. If you remember the other day, it was a week ago now, when we did the elephant fingerprint, or handprint craft, you could do that. Right, so there is my plant. Now I need a flower pot for it. And I'm going to sketch it out so that it's the right size. Now, one way that I'm going to do that to make sure that it's not too wide is fold this paper in half also, so that it's the same width as this one. And then, so the flower pot has two parts to it. It has the top part like this, and then it also has the pot itself. I'm going to cut them out separately. All right, there's that. I'm going to cut those out now. And I'm going to glue them down. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put some glitter on. So as soon as I finish cutting this out, I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to those flowers. Is with the paint, if the paint's still wet, the glitter should stick just fine without any trouble. Oh, I chose red. Put a little bit of glitter on those flowers. Now this is a good one to do over a tray so you don't just get glitter everywhere. I'm going to tap my extras into my paint palette. Add some little glitters on there. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to cut out the little top band of the pot. And I'm going to glue these down with my marks down so you can't see them. You can write a little note on the pot, and since it's a flower, maybe something like, "Thanks for helping me grow. All right, and now a little bit of glue stick on here. And if you want to wait until your paint dries before you put this on, that is just fine. I think that it might soak through the brown a little bit. We will just have to see. So there is the pot on there. And then that little top part. Oh, and I just had an idea. You could write your teacher's name on the top part of your pot. There we go. And then you can write a nice note inside and find your school's address and mail it to your school. All right, now for our joke today, Miss Katie.
Yes, Miss Greta?
Why did the teacher go to the beach?
I don't know, why?
They wanted to test the water. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you again tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning.